Hello, hello, my gorgeous ones. How are you today, my beautiful ones? So, this is going to be your love forecast for September 10th, 2017. Now, I didn't do the other 2 days because there was so much information in those. There was so much channeling and information that was going on in those monthly readings that I thought you needed a couple of days to digest that stuff before we moved on. Because there was enough of spirit and your guides, and it was just a lot of information for you guys. In the next round, or when I do it next, if I do bring astrology in, I'm going to explain a little bit more about how the houses associate so that you can connect. Because I know a lot of you did connect, but some of you were a little bit confused. Maybe it was too much information. So I'll try to be better at that with you guys. So, welcome everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cindy. I am the modern day spiritual advisor. I use multiple modalities, including tarot and mediumship and astrology and spiritual advising to help you on your path. And now the author of my upcoming book series, Concepts Create Reality. So, my gorgeous ones, you have a very interesting day today. This is about reflection and making decisions. So, if you've never seen me, it works like this. I'll go into the energies. I'll be looking at the general energy, the bigger energy, and then I'll be translating what Spirit says. And they want to remind you it's always up to you whether you want to accept and allow these energies or deny them. That's just kind of up to you and your path, whichever you'd like to do. There's no judgment. So, in your first position, and love to me is that vibration. Love to me is that force or energy that can go through any vibration. Okay, so I could be talking about your siblings. I could be talking about your family. I could be talking about your work or your romantic love or your friendships or your inner self. So it just kind of depends on where your focus is at, and this could be more than one thing that I'm speaking about. Okay, and again, it's general. Okay, so in your first position, oh, by the way, I'm using the Sacred Circle Tarot. I know some of you saw it on one of the eclipse videos, but I'll leave a link down below. So if you're interested in purchasing this, I have an affiliate link. So this is your first position. This is you. So to me, and I'm sorry about the lighting, to me, this is the Page of Cups. Let me move that lighting. I am so sorry. Let's see if I can get this better. Let's see, it's kind of too light. I don't like that lighting. So I'm on travel right now, so I'm in a different spot. So to me, the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is, if you look, this person is not only is reflecting, they're looking at their reflection. So the Page of Cups is a really interesting page. This page does a lot of self-reflection and doesn't like to let anybody in too much. He is kind of judgmental, or she can be judgmental, but they are all about searching, and it's you can call it like almost the baby force of the emotion, right? So this to me tells me, with the reflection card, or the Page of Cups, tells me that today you'll be sort of thinking about where your boundaries are, where you've come from in these situations. What are you going to do? Like, and I kind of feel like some of you are like, you know that your world is changing. You know your life is moving forward, and even though you've practiced, and even though you've done the work, and even though you've like meditated and gone within and tried, and then cleared some people in your life, and even though that, you're sort of sitting at the space of, what am I going to do when that person really comes in? Like, how is that going to look really? Like, I kind of feel like you're getting into that reality of it, which is good because you're manifesting it. But it's sort of that down to earth, even though it's a cups, it's down to earth sort of, what is that going to look like when that person comes in? Or what is that going to look like when I get my dream job? Or what is that going to look like? What would that look like as I'm working to, better myself in my relationships with my family, or better myself with my relationships with my coworkers, or better myself in, I kind of feel like this reflection going on, but like this real down to earth, which is odd because it's cup, so it's emotions, but I'm feeling this practicality in it. Okay. So that's kind of what I feel like you're sensing today. And that's good because when you see it in a practical way and then you connect it emotionally, it's going to help you manifest it. Okay. And by the way, people were asking me about, well, I thought you were supposed to do it one way, not the other. Let me just say this: there are numerous ways to manifest, numerous ways to manifest. So when I describe my manifestation, I can see it, and I can show you did several different ways. And when I'm talking to Pisceans, I'm gonna show them a different way than when I'm talking to a Virgo, because they see it in a different way. And that's my objective, is to help you understand through your way so that you can actually do it, right? Okay, so back to this. I feel like today you'll be sort of gathering that. And the reason why is because sometimes the page comes with news. And this news is felt on an emotional level. So some of you actually may be meeting somebody. Somebody's entering your life. This could be romantic. It could be old friends coming back. It could be, or it could be friends coming in. It could be business partners. Wherever your focus has been and that energy, that force has been of love, that's where it's sort of entering. And again, it could be more than one person, but sometimes this page comes with news. And so the news to me feels like somebody's entering your life, and maybe somebody entering your life causes you to sort of reevaluate. Okay, wait, I've been working on this, and I know I said what I want, and I know I kind of feel that my life is changing, but wow, this is here. And so what does that look like for me? What am I willing to compromise? Where am I really at? How strong am I? And that's a good place to be, because it causes you to see where you've come from and that you're not there anymore. You're not in that trauma. You're not in that scarcity. You're not in that abandonment. You're not in all that. You're in like this new place. That's what I'm feeling with you guys. So in your second position, this is Spirit's advice in this situation. You have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is telling me, you have new beginnings. You absolutely have new beginnings. Wherever that love has been focused, you have new beginnings coming in. But this new beginning is, it's a lot of force. It's like a big change. And even though it's an ace, it's a start, it comes with a lot of force. And sometimes it comes from nowhere. But if you were watching all the other videos, and I know a lot of you cross-watched with the monthlies and then the eclipse videos, if you're watching all those, I can feel where a lot of people's lives are changing, like big changes. So, and I know that for a long time, a lot of people's lives weren't changing. They were like going step by step by step. And now this is like, it's like some big changes coming. So that's kind of what I'm feeling with this. But the advice from Spirit is, when you get this, when this person or this thing or this situation or whatever this beginning is, when you get this and you're reflecting, make your choices on so with the Page of Cups, because I'm seeing this a lot of ways, but with the Page of Cups, what happens is this person doesn't want to let somebody close to them because they've been hurt so much. And then sometimes he does want to let people in, but he doesn't know how to, because he's been hurt so much. He's been in too much trauma. And so that's what I'm getting from here, is when this person comes in, be aware of not doing your habit, because you've cleared your field, you've moving forward, and then these things actually happen, and then you revert back to your habit. Which, if you have somebody coming into your life in that vibration and then you revert back to your habit, that becomes a different relationship. And I'm talking about all relationships, with family, with your partners, with your businesses, with your money, with yourself. Like, if you have this habit of doing things one way, even though you try to do it another, if you haven't practiced in it or are cognizant and conscious of it, you will revert back to your habit. Reminds me of when you start dating. You know, the first 2 or 3 or even 5 dates of somebody, you can't really get to know. I mean, you're getting to know a little bit of them, but they haven't shown their true selves yet. And that's because their habits haven't come back in, right? They're consciously trying to make an effort to show you a different, not a different person, but just a different aspect of them, right? But what is their, when y'all say I want to really get to know somebody, you're asking about what their habits are. You're asking about where their core is. And that's what Spirit's saying in this. When these new beginnings come in, be conscious, be aware, because what you can do is you can be aware and you can be conscious and you can practice in that with that person, not to do the habit that you've done before. And soon enough, that will become your habit. And that's where you're trying to get to, right? So I hope that helps. So the outcome is the green man. So in the tarot, it would be the Fool. But the green man is really interesting because when these new beginnings come, you are hitting that, what I call 0 point energy. You are hitting that space where you have been working so long to get to. And what are you going to do with that? There's a lot of force behind you. There's your loved ones behind you and your guides and your angels and spirit and God and, you know, all of it, all of them. They're all behind you. They have been wanting you and rooting for you to get to this space. And they're like, we are here to help. You tell us where you want to go from here, and we're here to help. We're going to help push that force through wherever you want to go through to. So when these new beginnings come, you will feel like you're at that new beginning. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do with this, right? Understand that whatever you do, whatever you decide, it's got force behind it, which to me means it's got a lot of love behind it. It is divinely guided with you. It is what you've been wanting. And I'm feeling relief with a lot of you and excitement with a lot of you. But some of you, I feel like you'll revert back to that habit. So just be conscious and tell them where you want to go next. You have, like, when this person comes in, or when that money comes in, or when that business comes in, or when those contracts or those clients or whatever comes in, when that friendship comes in. Some of you just want a friend, like a friend. And when that friend comes in, don't revert to that habit. Like, tell them where you want to go next. You'll see that. You'll be excited about that. But you are in charge. You came here to experience life through your perspective, through your aspect, okay? So I hope that helps. I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds and I'm turn over a card, and then I'll let you know what the card is about, okay? So give you 10 seconds to ask the question, and then I'll turn over the card and explain it, okay? Here we go. Okay. And you guys have the web. So the web is the judgment card in the tarot. So the web is a person, or is you, understanding that every thought, every movement, every action, every emotion, whatever you do in life is affecting others, as well as whatever they're doing is affecting you. We're all interconnected, right? We're all one. We're all interconnected. I know that you guys hear that phrase a lot. We are one, we're all one, and we are. We're all oneness, but some of you, I'm not sure if you really understand what that means. It means when your thoughts and your actions and your emotions, if you're constantly thinking about your trauma and if the trauma's been like 10 years, right? And you're constantly thinking about what you're not going to do, or what you haven't done, or what you didn't get, or how this person did. If that's affecting the whole. That is affecting the whole. It's not just affecting you, that's affecting the whole. So what they're asking you to do is, when you make this decision, when this person comes in, as your lives are changing, as you're making this decision, understand that your decisions have an effect on the world around you that you create. Not just yourself, but the world around you that you create. You are part of the whole. You are your own identity and part of the whole. And this is, my beautiful ones, this is something that you guys, all of us, have come here to understand. How to balance our identity, our self-identity, along with the whole. So there's going to be some decisions that you have to make. There are decisions now that you have to make. When you do that, just keep in mind that you are just as important as everyone else. And your decision affects you and everyone else around you. All right, my gorgeous ones. I love you, love you, love you. Have a great day. I'll be getting out the rest of probably the next 3 days. Okay?